دعوتهم لتغفر لهم جعلوا أصابعهم في آذانهم واستغشوا ثيابهم وأصروا واستكبروا استكبارا ثم إني دعوتهم جهارا ثم إني أعلنت لهم وأسررت لهم إسرارا فقلت استغفروا ربكم إنه كان غفارا يرسل السماء عليكم مدرارا ويمددكم بأموال وبنين ويجعل لكم جنات ويجعل لكم أنهارا ما لكم لا ترجون لله وقارا وقد خلقكم أطوارا ألم تروا كيف خلق الله 7 سماوات طباقا وجعل القمر فيهن نورا وجعل الشمس سراجا والله أنبتكم من الأرض نباتا ثم يعيدكم فيها ويخرجكم إخراجا والله جعل لكم الأرض بساطا لتسلكوا منها سبلا فجاجا قال نوح رب إنهم عصوني واتبعوا من لم يزده ماله وولده إلا خسارا ومكروا مكرا كبارا وقالوا لا تذرن آلهتكم ولا تذرن ودا ولا سواعا ولا يغوث ويعوق ونسرا وقد أضلوا كثيرا ولا تزد الظالمين إلا ضلالا مما خطيئاتهم أغرقوا فأدخلوا نارا فلم يجدوا لهم من دون الله أنصارا وقال نوح رب لا تذر على الأرض من الكافرين ديارا إنك إن تذرهم يضلوا عبادك ولا يلدوا إلا فاجرا كفارا رب اغفر لي ولوالدي ولمن دخل بيتي مؤمنا وللمؤمنين والمؤمنات ولا تزد الظالمين إلا تبارا بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم أرأيت الذي يكذب بالدين فذلك الذي يدع اليتيم ولا يحض على طعام المسكين فويل للمصلين الذين هم عن صلاتهم ساهون الذين هم يراءون ويمنعون الماعون بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إنا أعطيناك الكوثر فصل لربك وانحر إن شانئك هو الأبتر صدق الله العلي العظيم. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. أحسن الله إليكم أجمعين. إن شاء الله رسائل حديث الكساء. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. عن جابر بن عبد الله الأنصاري عن فاطمة الزهراء عليها السلام بنت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله قالت: دخل علي أبي رسول الله في بعض الأيام فقال: السلام عليك يا فاطمة. فقلت: عليك السلام. قال: إني أجد في بدني ضعفا. فقلت له: أعيذك بالله يا أبتاه من الضعف. فقال: يا فاطمة ائتيني بالكساء اليماني فغطيني به. فأتيته بالكساء اليماني فغطيته به، وصرت أنظر إليه وإذا وجهه يتلألأ كأنه البدر في ليلة تمامه وكماله. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. فما كانت إلا ساعة وإذا بولدي الحسن قد أقبل وقال: السلام عليك يا أماه. فقلت: وعليك السلام يا قرة عيني وثمرة فؤادي. فقال: يا أماه إني أشم عندك رائحة طيبة كأنها رائحة جدي رسول الله. فقلت: نعم، إن جدك تحت الكساء. فأقبل الحسن نحو الكساء وقال: السلام عليك يا جداه يا رسول الله، أتأذن لي أن أدخل معك تحت الكساء؟ فقال: وعليك السلام يا ولدي ويا صاحب حوضي، قد أذنت لك. فدخل معه تحت الكساء. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. فما كانت إلا ساعة وإذا بولدي الحسين قد أقبل وقال: السلام عليك يا أماه. فقلت: وعليك السلام يا ولدي ويا قرة عيني وثمرة فؤادي. فقال لي: يا أماه إني أشم عندك رائحة طيبة كأنها رائحة جدي رسول الله. فقلت: نعم، إن جدك وأخاك تحت الكساء. فدنا الحسين نحو الكساء وقال: السلام عليك يا جداه، السلام عليك يا من اختاره الله، أتأذن لي أن أكون معكما تحت الكساء؟ فقال: وعليك السلام يا ولدي ويا شافع أمتي، قد أذنت لك. فدخل معهما تحت الكساء. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. فأقبل عند ذلك أبو الحسن علي بن أبي طالب وقال: السلام عليك يا بنت رسول الله. فقلت: وعليك السلام يا أبا الحسن ويا أمير المؤمنين. فقال يا فاطمة إني أشم عندك رائحة طيبة كأنها رائحة أخي وابن عمي رسول الله. فقلت نعم، ها هو مع ولديك تحت الكساء. فأقبل علي نحو الكساء وقال السلام عليك يا رسول الله، أتأذن لي أن أكون معكم تحت الكساء؟ قال له وعليك السلام يا أخي ويا وصي وخليفتي وصاحب لوائي، قد أذنت لك. فدخل علي تحت الكساء. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. ثم أتيت نحو الكساء وقلت السلام عليك يا أبتاه يا رسول الله، أتأذن لي أن أكون معكم تحت الكساء؟ قال وعليك السلام يا بنتي ويا بضعتي، قد أذنت لك. فدخلت تحت الكساء. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. فلما اكتملنا جميعا تحت الكساء أخذ أبي رسول الله بطرفي الكساء وأومأ بيده اليمنى إلى السماء وقال اللهم إن هؤلاء أهل بيتي وخاصتي وحامتي، لحمهم لحمي ودمهم دمي، يؤلمني ما يؤلمهم ويحزنني ما يحزنهم. أنا حرب لمن حاربهم وسلم لمن سالمهم وعدو لمن عاداهم ومحب لمن أحبهم. إنهم مني وأنا منهم، فاجعل صلواتك وبركاتك ورحمتك وغفرانك ورضوانك علي وعليهم، وأذهب عنهم الرجس وطهرهم تطهيرا. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. فقال الله عز وجل يا ملائكتي ويا سكان سماواتي، إني ما خلقت سماء مبنية ولا أرضا مدحية ولا قمرا منيرا ولا شمسا مضيئا ولا فلكا يدور ولا بحرا يجري ولا فلكا يسري إلا في محبة هؤلاء الخمسة الذين هم تحت الكساء. فقال الأمين جبرائيل يا رب ومن تحت الكساء؟ فقال عز وجل هم أهل بيت النبوة ومعدن الرسالة، هم فاطمة وأبوها وبعلها وبنوها. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. فقال جبرائيل يا رب أتأذن لي أن أهبط إلى الأرض لأكون معهم سادسا؟ فقال الله نعم قد أذنت لك. فهبط الأمين جبرائيل وقال السلام عليك يا رسول الله، العلي الأعلى يقرئك السلام ويخصك بالتحية والإكرام ويقول لك وعزتي وجلالي إني ما خلقت سماء مبنية ولا أرضا مدحية ولا قمرا منيرا ولا شمسا مضيئا ولا فلكا يدور ولا بحرا يجري ولا فلكا يسري إلا لأجلكم ومحبتكم وقد أذن لي أن أدخل معكم، فهل تأذن لي يا رسول الله؟ فقال رسول الله وعليك السلام يا أمين وحي الله، إنه نعم قد أذنت لك. فدخل جبرائيل معنا تحت الكساء. اللهم صل على محمد. فقال لأبي: إن الله قد أوحى إليكم يقول: إنما يريد الله ليذهب عنكم الرجس أهل البيت ويطهركم تطهيرا. اللهم صل على محمد. فقال علي لأبي: يا رسول الله، أخبرني ما لجلوسنا هذا تحت الكساء من الفضل عند الله. فقال النبي صلى الله عليه وآله: والذي بعثني بالحق نبيا واصطفاني بالرسالة نجيا، ما ذكر خبرنا هذا في محفل من محافل أهل الأرض، وفيه جمع من شيعتنا ومحبينا، إلا ونزلت عليهم الرحمة وحفت بهم الملائكة واستغفرت لهم إلى أن يتفرقوا. فقال علي عليه السلام: إذن والله فزنا وفاز شيعتنا ورب الكعبة. اللهم صل على محمد. فقال أبي رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله: يا علي، والذي بعثني بالحق نبيا واصطفاني بالرسالة نجيا، ما ذكر خبرنا هذا في محفل من محافل أهل الأرض، وفيه جمع من شيعتنا ومحبينا، وفيهم مهموم إلا وفرج الله همه، ولا مغموم إلا وكشف الله غمه، ولا طالب حاجة إلا وقضى الله حاجته. فقال علي عليه السلام: إذن والله فزنا وسعدنا، وكذلك شيعتنا فازوا وسعدوا في الدنيا والآخرة ورب الكعبة. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. وإلى أرواح المؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات ومن مات على الهدى والإيمان، بالخصوص إلى أرواح أموات جماعتنا الحاضرين السامعين، نهدي للجميع ثواب سورة المباركة الفاتحة، تسبقها الصلاة على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. الفاتحة. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
محمد وآل محمد صلوا.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
I would invite for the Farhan to come beside the mosque. So Muhammad wa ali Muhammad salwa.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
Salawat Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
بنت رسول اعظم ज़हरा की है शहादत, बिन्ते रसूल आज़म, ज़हरा की है शहादत। हर सू बपा है मातम, ज़हरा की है शहादत, बिन्ते रसूल आज़म, ज़हरा की है शहादत। बेचैन ये ज़मीं है, पुरसोज आसमां है, अहले अज़ा के रुख पर गम का असर आया है। दोनों जहां को है गम, ज़हरा की है शहादत, बिन्ते रसूल आज़म, ज़हरा की है शहादत। दरवाज़ा ज़ालिमों ने जलता हुआ जो फेंका, छाने लगा था दिल पर ज़ालिम क़ज़ा का साया। नौहा कुना है आलम, ज़हरा की है शहादत, बिन्ते रसूल आज़म, ज़हरा की है शहादत। मैयत पे फातिमा के ज़ैनब की है दुआई, तुम चल बसी हो अम्मा, मुझको न मौत आई। कैसे जिएंगे अब हम, ज़हरा की है शहादत, बिन्ते रसूल आज़म, ज़हरा की है शहादत। बादे नबी मसायब, ज़हरा ने वो उठाए, हूरो मलक ने जिस पर आंसू बहुत बहाए, है कायनात को गम, ज़हरा की है शहादत, बिन्ते रसूल आज़म, ज़हरा की है शहादत। सूए बकी जो मैयत जाती है फातिमा की, बेचैन हुई है तबीयत अफसोस मुर्तज़ा की। बारे गरा है ये गम, ज़हरा की है शहादत, बिन्ते रसूल आज़म, ज़हरा की है शहादत। ताबूत फातिमा को ऐ मोमिनो उठाओ, पीटो सरों खुशियों और खाक भी उड़ाओ। आया है फिर मुहर्रम, ज़हरा की है शहादत, बिन्ते रसूल आज़म, ज़हरा की है शहादत। सदियों से अहले मातम ये गम मना रहे हैं, पलकों पे आंसुओं के मोती सजा रहे हैं। आंखें सभी है पुरनम, ज़हरा की है शहादत, बिन्ते रसूल आज़म, ज़हरा की है शहादत। ज़हरा का ये रज़ा गम, ईमान की है तहारत, बीबी पर गिरिया करना, जन्नत की है जमानत। आबाद ये रहे गम, ज़हरा की है शहादत, बिन्ते रसूल आज़म, ज़हरा की है शहादत। सलवात बारे दिगर सलावत। हाय ज़रा तेरी तन्हाई है, तन्हाई अली की। हाय ज़रा तेरी तन्हाई है, तन्हाई अली की। हाय गम में तेरे जाती रही, हाय गम में तेरे जाती रही, बीनाई अली की। तेरी तन्हाई है, तन्हाई अली की। दरबार में जालिम के गई बिनते पैगंबर, क्या वक्त था कुछ करना, सकाफाता है खैबर। हाय हंसते रहे गुर्बत पे, तमाशाई अली की। तेरी तन्हाई है, तन्हाई अली की। कहते थे अली ज़हरा से, क्या वक्त है बीबी, अब हमको सलामा के भी करता नहीं कोई। हाय है बाद नबी कैसी, पजीराई अली की। तेरी तन्हाई है, तन्हाई अली की। बाहर कभी हुजरे में, कभी कब्रे नबी पर, हर रात की तारीकी में औलाद से छुप कर। हाय निकली है तुझे ढूंढने, बीनाई की तेरी तन्हाई है, तन्हाई अली की। ओ पैगाम विलायत लिए घर घर गई बीबी, शोहर के लिए ढाल थी जब तक रही जिंदा, हाय दुनिया को बताती रही सच्चाई अली की तेरी तन्हाई है, तन्हाई अली की। दर जलता हुआ फातिमा ज़हरा पे गिराया, मोहसन की शहादत का सबब बन गई दुनिया, हाय तस्वीर मुकम्मल नहीं हो पाई अली की तेरी तन्हाई है, तन्हाई अली की। ज़हरा की जुदाई को लगाए हुए दिल से 25 बरस मौला ने चुपचाप गुजरे, हाय एक हुजरे में कुल दुनिया सिमट आई अली की तेरी तन्हाई है, तन्हाई अली की। हाय ज़हरा तेरी तन्हाई है, तन्हाई अली की। बर मोहम्मद वाले मोहम्मद।
I would like to invite Maulana Sayyida Fatima.
Muhammad wale Muhammad salawat.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Rai salamti ulama karam zakirin nizam wa mawaliyan aliyat har salawat.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Rai zahore imam zaman purkhalus salawat.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Please recite the Surah Fatiha for all marhumin and marhumat, especially for marhumin of our center. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من همزات الشيطان اللعين الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد. الحمد لله على ما أنعم وله الشكر على ما ألهم، والثناء بما قدم من عموم نعم ابتداها وسبوغ آلاء أصداها، وتمام منن ولاها ثم الصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين حبيب إله العالمين أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد اللهم صل على محمد وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المظلومين المعصومين الذين أذهب الله عنهم الرجس وطهرهم تطهيرا اللهم صل على محمد اللهم صل وسلم على مولانا وإمام زماننا الكهف الحصين وغياث المضطر المستكين كهفنا ملجأنا حجة ابن الحسن المهدي اللهم صل على محمد وعجل الله تعالى فرجه وسهل مخرجه وجعلنا من خير أنصاره وأعوانه والمستشهدين بين يديه بحق محمد وآله الأطهار اللهم صل على محمد. السلام عليك يا فاطمة بنت رسول الله السلام عليك أيتها المقهورة المضروبة السلام عليك أيتها الصديقة الشهيدة المفقودة قبرها المكسورة ضلعها المقتول ولدها ورحمة الله وبركاته صلوات اللهم صل على محمد. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. My respected brothers and sisters, in the beginning I would like to offer condolences to our beloved Imams Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam, especially our present Imam al-Mahdi. May Allah hasten his reappearance and make us among his sincere companions. I'm sure that Imam al-Mahdi is among us. If he is not sitting with us, for sure he is standing next to the entrance of Imam Barga of Hussein. Everyone enters the majlis, he is saying salam and he is thanking. We are not here for any reason. We are not here for food. We are not here to get any benefit. We are here to offer our condolences to Imam al-Mahdi for the martyrdom of his father. When we do Isal al-Sawab, the family members of Marhum, for sure they will come. They will stand next to the door. Shukran, you come for our Isal al-Sawab. For sure Imam al-Mahdi is here. For sure Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam, they are here in Majlis al-Tarhim, in Isal al-Sawab of their mother, Fatima Zahra salawatullah alayha. We offer condolences to Ahlul Bayt, to our present Imam, and we say, Ya Imam al-Mahdi, unzur ilayna nazratan rahim. We are not here for any reason, Ya Imam al-Mahdi. The only goal that we are here, inside of your house, next to the door of your mother Fatima, the only reason is to be pleased with us, Ya Imam al-Mahdi. To be satisfied and radi from all of us, inshallah ta'ala. ببركة صلوات على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد. One of the recommended actions in the religion of Islam, especially for our school of thought, Tashayyu', the followers of Ahlul Bayt, that we have many ahadith, many narrations that Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam encouraged people to perform this action is visiting the cemeteries, visiting the graves of the dead, or ziyaratul qubur. Very important action. And Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam encouraged people to visit graves by very great ahadith. That, for example, not only visiting graves, no, keep this subject in one corner, one part of your mind. We have in ahadith of Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam, you as a alive person, may Allah prolong your life, go and dig your grave by yourself. Go and visit your grave anytime you have time. Recite Quran next to your grave. Recite ziyarah to Ahlul Bayt next to your grave. Sleep in your grave. Recite du'as inside of your graves. Because your grave will be ma'aman Ahlul Bayt. Will be a place that when you were buried over there, Malaika and Ahlul Bayt will visit you during that place. Not only that, Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam encouraged us to visit the graves of people who we don't know them. Ziyaratul qubur. In a beautiful hadith, the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Prophet said, Zurul qubur fa'innaha ibra. Visit the graves. Indeed, visiting graves is a lesson. It's ibra, of course. When I go to cemeteries, when I see the names, he was a very successful businessman. What is his end? Under the soil. That person was a very poor person. Where is his end? Under the soil. What is different between them? Nothing. Can you use a best kind of fabric for for example, coffin? No. It doesn't matter that person is buried in Las Vegas or Hawaii or in Chicago. There is no difference. We will be buried under the soil. And this is a great lesson. Prophet said, visit the graves. It's a great lesson for all of you. In other hadith, Prophet said, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Zurul qubur, فَإِنَّهَا تَزْهَدُ فِي الدُّنْيَا وَتَذْكُرَ الْآخِرَةِ. Visit the graves. It will humble your heart and will remind you of akhirah. Will remember you the hardship of the day of judgment. Visit the graves. Another hadith from Mawla Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali ibn Abi Talib. Look at the reward of visiting graves. Mawla said, Zurul qubur, visit the graves. فَإِنَّهُمْ يَفْرَحُونَ لِزِيَارَتِهِ. When you visit the graves of the dead, they will be happy when you visit them. Their souls will be happy when you visit them. وَلْيَطْلُبْ أَحَدُكُمْ حَاجَتَهُ عِنْدَ قَبْرِ أَبِيهِ وَعِنْدَ قَبْرِ أُمِّهِ بِمَا يَدْعُو لَهُمَا. Allahu Akbar. Look at the great reward of visiting the grave of your parents. Imam alayhi salam said, visit them, they will be happy. And when you go to visit the graves of your parents, your father and your mother, pray over them. Your dua will be accepted. Same Imam who said, Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam, who said, go to the shrine of Imam al-Hussein, تَسْتَجَابُ الدُّعَاء تَحْتَ قُبَّةِ الْحُسَيْنِ. They said, when you go to the grave of your parents, your mother, your father, pray over them, your dua will be accepted. Such a great reward for visiting the graves, especially the grave of your parents. Another hadith from Imam al-Rida alayhi salam. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. Imam alayhi salam said, Man ata qabra akhi. If you go to the grave of your brother, not only your brother, any brother in Iman, ثم وضع يده على قبره. Put your hand on his grave. وقرأ سورة إنا أنزلناه في ليلة سورة القدر 7 times. What is his reward? Imam alayhi salam said, أمن يوم الفزع الأكبر. Day of judgment, day of regret, day of difficulties, he will be safe. He will be secure. If you go to the grave of your brother and recite 7 times Surah Inna Anzalnahu fi Laylatil Qadr. Look at the great reward of visiting the graves of a mu'min, of a brother in Iman. Your dua will be accepted. It will remind you of akhirah. It will humble your heart. Your dua will be accepted, so and so forth. Only the reward of visiting a grave of a mu'min. let alone if we go and visit the grave of Awliya Allah. The grave of Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam, the grave of Rasulullah, the grave of Amir al-Mu'mineen, the shrine of Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam. Such a great reward we will benefit and get when we go to visit the shrine of Awliya Allah. Look at the ahadith. I will mention some of them as much as I have time. For example, visiting the grave of Rasulullah and Amir al-Mu'mineen. Look at the reward. قال رسول الله, the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, Prophet said, Ya Ali, man zarani fi hayati aw ba'da mawti, aw zaraka fi hayatika aw ba'da mawtik. Ya Ali, whoever visits me during my life, or after my death. And Ya Ali, whoever visits you during your life and after your death, what is the reward? أو زار ابنيك في حياتهما أو بعد موتهما. Or the one who visits your two sons, Hassan and Hussein, during their lives or after their death. ضمنت, look at the reward. ضمنت له يوم القيامة ما أخلصه من أهوالها وشدائدها حتى أسيره معي في درجتي في الجنة. Those who visit my grave, Ya Ali. Those who grave your grave, Ya Ali. Those who visit your grave. Those who visit the graves of your son, Hassan and Hussein. Any of us, I will grant him in heaven, and I will accompany him next to me in paradise. ضمنت له الجنة في درجة, not only in my status, not only معي, you will be with Rasulullah if you visit the grave of Rasulullah, the shrine of Amir al-Mu'mineen. Another hadith from Imam al-Sadiq alayhi salam. Allahumma salli ala Imam alayhi salam said, بِظَهْرِ الْكُوفَةِ قَبْرٌ, on the back of Kufa, the shrine of Amir al-Mu'mineen. It's a grave, or there is a grave. لَا يَلُوذُ بِهِ ذُو آهَةٍ إِلَّا شَفَاهُ اللَّهِ. Anyone visits the shrine of Amir al-Mu'mineen while he's in pain, while he's in difficulty, while he has a request, a dua, a haja, Imam alayhi salam promised that his dua, his request will be fulfilled if he goes and visits the shrine of Amir al-Mu'mineen. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ala Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. This is the reward of visiting the shrine of Amir al-Mu'mineen and Rasulullah. Let's talk about the reward of visiting the shrine of Mawla, Sayyid al-Shahdat, Imam al-Hussein. Beautiful hadith. A person came to Imam al-Sadiq. يا ابن رسول الله ما أدنى لمن أتى قبر الحسين. We know the reward of visiting the shrine of Hussein. كمن زار الله في عرشه. It's, if you visit Imam al-Hussein, the reward is that you visited Allah on his throne. He asked, Imam, tell me what is the least, the minimum reward of visiting Imam al-Hussein? ما أدنى لمن أتى قبر. The least reward. Look at the word. Imam alayhi salam said, يا عبد الله إن أدنى ما يكون له أن الله يحفظه في نفسه وأهله حتى يرده إلى أهله. When you go to visit Imam Hussein, the least reward is that Allah will protect you and your family till the day that you arrive your house. And then فإذا كان يوم القيامة كان الله الحافظ له. And on the day of judgment, the least reward of visiting Imam al-Hussein, Allah will be your protector and supporter on the day of judgment. كان الله الحافظ له. Another hadith. قال Imam al-Sadiq alayhi salam said, يا عبد الملك لا تدع زيارة الحسين ومر أصحابك بذلك. Do not leave visiting the shrine of Imam al-Hussein and order your family, your friends to visit Imam al-Hussein. Why? يَمُدُّ اللَّهُ فِي عُمْرِكَ. Allah will prolong your life. First. وَيَزِيدُ فِي رِزْقِكَ. Allah will increase your rizq. وَيُحْيِيكَ سَعِيدًا وَلَا تَمُوتُ إِلَّا سَعِيدًا وَيَكْتُبُكَ سَعِيدًا. You will live with happiness. Sa'id, خوشبخت. You will die Sa'id with happiness. خوشبخت. And on the day of judgment you will be Sa'id with happiness with Ahlul Bayt alayhi. اللهم صل على محمد visiting the shrine of Imam al-Rida alayhi salam, visiting the shrine of Imam al-Hadi, Imam al-Askari, Imam al-Jawad. We have in ahadith, if you are in poverty, if you have financially, if you need financially help, you are in difficulty, go and visit the shrine of Imam al-Jawad. He is Jawad al-Aim. And ask Imam al-Jawad to help you with your financial help. Many ahadith about visiting the shrine of Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam. Here is my question. حجينا إذا تريدوا بعدين أكو مكان. عفوا حجينا واقفين هناك صعب عليكم. If you can move forward little bit for people who are coming if they want to see. صلوا على محمد وآل محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
Here is the point. If this is the reward of visiting shrines of Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam, if this is the reward of visiting the grave of Amir al-Mu'mineen, Imam al-Rida, Imam al-Hasan, Imam al-Hussein, what is the reward of visiting the grave of al-A'immah? If this is the reward of visiting the grave of Hujjatullah, what is the reward of visiting the graves of Hujjat, the grave of Hujjatullah ala al-Hujjaj? Fatima Zahra. What will be its reward if you go and visit the grave of Fatima Zahra? Unbelievable, uncountable, right? If this is the reward of visiting the shrine of Imam al-Hussein, what is the reward of visiting his mother's shrine, his mother's grave? Therefore, where is the grave of Fatima Zahra? We don't know. It's hidden. Why? There are some reasons that caused the grave of Fatima Zahra to be hidden. And the reasons of this action, this event for the grave of Fatima Zahra to be hidden, they committed a great sin and crime not only against Shia, not only against Muslims, against humanity. That they deprived people till the Day of Judgment or till the reappearance of Imam al-Mahdi from visiting the grave of Fatima Zahra. Such a great reward we will miss when we can't go to visit the grave of Fatima Zahra. Such a great reward we will miss when we are not able to go to visit the grave of our beloved mother Fatima salawatullah alayha. Right? We are deprived. When we go to visit the grave of Rasulullah, I mentioned some of the hadith, the reward of visiting shrine of Rasulullah. Imam al-Hasan, Imam al-Hussein, Ahlul Bayt. But how about the grave of al-A'immah? Mother of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam, Bibi Fatima. We don't know what is her grave. We are deprived from the visiting the grave of Fatima Zahra. Shaykh, what is the reason? Why the grave of Bibi Fatima, the only daughter of Rasulullah, is hidden? Why we don't know where the grave of Fatima Zahra is? Why we are deprived from visiting the grave of Fatima salawatullah alayha? There are several reasons that caused for that. We need to know that. We need to know that why the grave of our beloved mother Fatima is hidden. First reason. And then, when we knew the reason, then we will go to ask them. We will complain against them. What did you do with this oppression against our mother Fatima? That till now, we don't know where her grave is. First reason. When we read, I gathered about 5 reasons. I will talk about them as much as I have time. 5 reasons that why the grave of Fatima Zahra is hidden. Is makhfi. First reason. This is her wasiyah. In her wasiyah to Amir al-Mu'mineen, salawatullah alayhima, Bibi Fatima said, Ya Ali, ghassilni fil layl, wadfinni fil layl. Ya Ali, wash my body at night, bury me at night. I don't want anyone to participate in your funeral, in my funeral. And I don't want anyone to visit my grave. Let's see some of the ahadith that's written in our books and other schools of thoughts books. First hadith is written in Alal al-Shara' for Shaykh al-Saduq. عن علي بن حمزة قال سألت إمام الصادق عليه السلام لأي علة دفنت فاطمة بالليل ولم تدفن بالنهار. I asked Imam al-Sadiq, Ya Rasulullah, why Fatima Zahra said in her will to be buried at night, to be washed at night? What is the reason? قال لأنها أوصت أن لا يصلي عليها الرجلان. She mentioned in her wasiyah, أوصت wasiyah, she said in her wasiyah that she doesn't want those two individuals to participate in her funeral and to visit her grave. Another hadith has mentioned in Sahih Bukhari, hadith number 3998. وقد طالبت فاطمة عليه السلام أبا بكر بميراث أبيها. Fatima Zahra requested Abu Bakr for the inheritance from her father. فلما لم يعطها إياه, when he said no, there is no reason for you to inherit from your father, to receive inheritance earth from your father. فحلفت أن لا تكلمه أبدا. She swore to not talk to him anymore, forever. وأوصت أن تدفن ليلى لئلا يحضرها ودفنت ليلى. And then she mentioned in her wasiyah that she wants her grave to be hidden, to be buried at night, so those people, those who deprived her from her earth, from her inheritance, do not participate in her funeral and to visit her grave. First reason, she mentioned in her wasiyah that I want my grave to be hidden. Why? Because I don't want those people participate in my funeral. Those who oppressed me, those who bothered me, those who slapped me, those who kicked the door on my back, those who broke my ribs, I don't want them to come in my funeral. These individuals committed a sin, caused this action to happen, that now we are deprived from visiting the grave of Fatima Zahra. Now we are deprived to benefit, to get the reward of visiting the grave of Fatima. These people caused that. These people, deprived people, tell the recipients of Imam al-Mahdi to benefit, to get rewarded for the revisiting the grave of Fatima Zahra. So first reason, Bibi Fatima herself, she mentioned in her wasiyah, I want Ya Ali to be buried at night. I don't want anyone to participate in my funeral. Second, she wanted to show people till the Day of Judgment that she was not happy with those who attacked the house of Amir al-Mu'minin, those who oppressed Fatima Zahra. She wanted to tell people, look, my grave is hidden because I don't want anyone to come and pray for my body. Because if they would to pray on Fatima Zahra's body, they would say that people till the of the future, they would say, okay, they regret, they were sorry for their actions. That's why they show their regrets when they go and pray on the body of Fatima Zahra. That's fine. So it's not a big deal. They were sorry for their action. No. With her action, to be buried at night, she showed people till the Day of Judgment that the action that they did, the right, the wilayah they usurped from Amir al-Mu'minin, it's not forgivable. It's not qabil bakhshish. No. With her action showed people. That's why there is a word in Persian. They said, قبر مخفی فاطمه بهترین سند مظلومیت امیر المؤمنین. The hidden grave of Fatima Zahra, it's the best proof for مظلومیت امیر المؤمنین. Till the Day of Judgment, the only daughter of Rasulullah, her grave is hidden. Why? Because she was not happy with a group of people. Why? Because they bothered her. Why? These events happened. Great proof, evidence for Mazlumiyat Amir al-Mu'minin, for the right, for wilayah, for the imamah that was usurped, is the hidden grave of Fatima Zahra. Let me tell you some of the ahadith. Sahih Bukhari. دفن علي بن أبي طالب زوجته فاطمة ليلى. Amir al-Mu'minin buried his wife Fatima at night. فر بها من أبي بكر. He was at the state of taqiyya. He didn't mention the reason. فر بها من أبي بكر. He was afraid of Abi Bakr and يصلي عليها, to pray on her body. That's why he buried her at night. وكان بينهما شيء. There was something between Ali and Fatima. And Ali was afraid of Abu Bakr. That's why he buried Fatima at night. But Ibn Abi al-Hadid al-Mu'tazili, who is more trustworthy than others, in his book, in Sharh Nahj al-Balagha, he mentioned what was between Ali and Fatima. He said, وأما كتمان القبر وأما إخفاء القبر وكتمان الموت وعدم الصلاة. The hidden grave, the secret death, and that Imam Ali didn't allow anyone to pray on Fatima's body. Why? لأنها أوصت إلى علي بن أبي طالب. Because she said in her wasiyah to Ali to be buried at night. Why? لألا يصلي عليها من آذاها ومنعها من ميراث أبيها. Because Fatima, she didn't want those who bothered her, those who oppressed her, to come in her funeral. Who are those who oppressed Fatima? Those people. In a circle, let me tell you something. I've heard this question from our respected youth. They say that, why Fatima to Zahra salawatullah alayha, she came behind the door? Ali was inside of the house. So why did Fatima to Zahra, she came behind the door to open the door, to talk to that evil people? Ali ibn Abi Talib could come behind the door. Very good question and very great reason. Who is the Imam of the time of Fatima? Answer me. Who was the Imam of Fatima to Zahra after Rasulullah? Ali ibn Abi Talib. حفظ الإمامة واجب على كل مسلم ومسلمة. Defending your Imam is wajib upon everyone, Muslim and Muslimah. And Fatima to Zahra, she became behind the door to defend the Imam of her time, Ali ibn Abi Talib. It was her wajib, her duty, to defend the Imam of her time. Do not say she could stay in her house. No. The only defender of Imam, the Imam of the time, the Imam of Fatima was Ali. That's why she came behind the door. When she fainted behind the door, when she opened her eyes, what did she say? Did she say, oh my stomach, oh my son? No. She said, Fadla, where is my beloved Imam Ali? She went, she took the belt of Ali. Wallah, you will leave Ali, أو لأكشف عنكم بالدعاء, or I will pray against you. What is the reason? The concern was herself? No, the concern was Ali, the Imam of the time of Fatima. That's why she came behind the door. Third reason, that's why the grave of Fatima to Zahra salawatullah alayha is hidden, is that she didn't want people, those who oppressed her during her life, to bother Fatima, to oppress Fatima, to disrespect Fatima's body even after her death. Pay attention to my words. Third reason, that's why the grave of Fatima is hidden. She didn't want those who oppressed Fatima during her life to disrespect her again even after her death. Even when she's in her grave, to exhume her grave, to dig her grave, to disrespect her body even inside of her grave. Shaykh, you are saying such a great words. You mean that the companions of Rasulullah, they were able to dig the grave of Fatima after she was buried? No Muslim is able to do that. No one did it during the history of Islam. No. I will give you some examples, some stories that happened in history. That Muslimin, some companions of Rasulullah, they went to dig the grave of Hujjatullah. The grave of Amir al-Mu'mineen was hidden till the time of Imam al-Sadiq alayhi salam. No one knew where the grave of Imam Amir al-Mu'mineen, the commander of faithful, no one knew where it was. Because he mentioned in his wasiyah to his son Imam al-Hasan, Ya Hasan, bury me same as your mother Fatima at night. And I don't want anyone other than you and your brother Hasan participate in my funeral. The grave of Ali ibn Abi Talib was hidden till the time of Imam al-Sadiq alayhi salam. Why? Because Muawiyah alayhi la'inullah, he did his best to be against Ali ibn Abi Talib, to kill Ali ibn Abi Talib. And after the martyrdom of Ali, he will not leave Ali alone. That's why when we read the history of Najaf, hadith, or the word has mentioned in Kitab Mad al-Najaf wa Hadiraha for Sheikh Ja'far Mahbub. He said, إن الحجاج بن يوسف الثقفي, Hajjaj ibn Yusuf, عليه لعنة الله, حفر 3000 قبر في ظهر النجف طلبا لجثة علي بن أبي طالب. Hajjaj ibn Yusuf, he dug 3,000 graves in order to find the body of Ali ibn Abi Talib. Sheikh, they don't have that audacity. No! They have that audacity even to dig the grave of Fatima to Zahra, such that they did for the grave of Amir al-Mu'mineen. Another example, through the history, Zayd al-Shahid, son of Imam Sajjad alayhi Zayn al-Abidin. Zayd al-Shahid, when he was killed, his friends, his companions, behind the Kufa, in the river of Kufa, they changed the direction of water in an unbelievable place, unimaginable place, because they didn't want Zayd al-Shahid to be insulted even after her Shahada. What did they do? They went to the river behind the Kufa. We call it Bahr al-Najaf, or the river of Najaf. They changed the direction of river. They made a barrier, whatever it was, and they buried the body of Zayd al-Shahid in the bastar of river, in the middle of river. When they buried him, they opened that barrier and they poured water on his grave. An unbelievable place. Some spies, they saw that. They went to the Khalifa. That Shia, the followers of Ahlul Bayt, they buried Zayd al-Shahid in the middle of river. What did they do? They went. They dug the grave. They took the body of Zayd al-Shahid out of his grave. They put the body of Zayd for 4 years on cross. For 4 years. And then they burned the body of Zayd al-Shahid. That's it. Sheikh, you mean Muslimin? They are very good people. They don't have that audacity, that ability to do such actions. No, they have that audacity. Mutawakkil, Harun al-Rashid, alayhim la'a'inullah. How many times they destroyed the grave of Amir al-Mu'mineen, Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam? Many times. To the point in one of his letters, Harun said to his army leader, go and destroy the grave of Imam al-Hussein and dig the grave of Hussein, find his body and trample his body with your horses, same as what Umar ibn Sa'ad did to Hussein on the day of Ashura. Look at the word. His army leader, his name is Ad-Dayzaj. Dayzaj said, I dug the grave of Imam al-Hussein and I find the body of Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam fresh. Let me say it in Arabic. عندما وصل إلى جثة الحسين فوجدها طرية كأنما قتل الآن. He find the body of Hussein fresh, like he died a minute ago and he was buried a minute ago. فرجع. When he saw the fresh body of Imam al-Hussein, he went back. وكتب, and he wrote for Harun أنه لم يجد للجثة الأثر, that he didn't find any sign of body when he dug the grave. Yes, they have the audacity to do that. Sheikh, all the examples were for people later on, those who maybe they didn't see Rasulullah. But Sheikh, you know who are you talking about? You are talking about the companions of Rasulullah, who Allah said about some of them, radiyallahu anhum wa radu an. Allah is pleased with them. Shaykh, take care of your word. Don't say that Rasulullah's companions, they had that audacity to go to dig the grave of Fatima to Zahra. Do not say this is the reason. No, Allah. They had that audacity and they wanted to do that if there was not bravery of Ali ibn Abi Talib. Let me tell you the hadith. In our books has mentioned in Bahar al-Anwar, volume 43, page 171, Dala'il al-Imamah, page 137, Awalim al-Ulum wal-Ma'arif for Sayyida al-Bahrani, volume 11, page 1112, said, فغسلها أمير المؤمنين ولم يحضرها غيره والحسن والحسين وزينب وأم كلثوم وفضة جاريتها. Amir al-Mu'mineen, pay attention to the hadith. When he washed the body of Fatima, there was no one there but Hassan, Hussein, Zainab, Kulthum, and Fidda. وأسماء بنت عميس وأخرجها إلى البقيع في الليل ومعه الحسن والحسين صلى عليه. The funeral of Fatima, only 3 individuals. Amir al-Mu'mineen, Hassan, Hussein. That's it. ولم يعلم بها ولا حضر وفاتها ولا صلى عليها أحد من صائر الناس غيرهم ودفنها بالروضة. And Amir al-Mu'mineen buried Fatima Zahra in Rawda. Now here is the point. Where is Rawda? Some said Rawda between the Minbar Rasulullah and Mihrab Rasulullah. Rawdatun min Riyad al-Jannah. Some said no, it's Baqiyah. That's why it's hidden. We don't know. When Amir al-Mu'mineen buried Fatima Zahra, وَعَمَّا مَوْضَعَ قَبْرَهَا, Amir al-Mu'mineen concealed the grave of Fatima Zahra. وَأَصْبَحَ الْبَقِيعُ لَيْلَةَ دُفِنَتْ فِيهِ. Allah Akbar. Amir al-Mu'mineen till morning he stayed next to the grave of Fatima. Allah Akbar. It was her will, her wasiyah. She said, Ya Ali, if I die, the first night of my death, of my qabr, stay with me till night. I will be all alone. I'm afraid of that day. Ya Ali, stay with me. Allah Akbar. So Amir al-Mu'mineen, till morning, he was next to the grave of Fatima. وَفِيهِ 40 قَبْرًا جُدُدًا. And in Baqi' there were 40 new graves. 40 people, they were buried over the 40 janazah. وأن المسلمون لما علموا وفاتها جاءوا إلى البقيع ووجدوا فيها 40 قبرا. Day after that, day after Shahdat to Fatima Zahra, when when they found out that Fatima Zahra, she passed away yesterday, and Ali buried Fatima in Baqi', they went to Baqi'. They saw 40 new graves. فأشكل عليهم قبرها. They didn't know which one is the grave of Fatima. فضج الناس ولام بعضهم بعضا وقالوا لم يخلف نبيكم فيكم إلا بنتا واحدة تموت وتدفن ولم تحضروا وفاتها والصلاة عليها ولا تعرفوا قبرها. They said, the Muslimin, subhanallah, now they became very merciful to the daughter of Rasulullah. They told each other, shame on you. Rasulullah left behind only one daughter, and she was buried while you don't know where her grave is. And you didn't pray over on his body. Shame on you. Subhanallah, when she was alive. You told her, Ya Fatima, go cry outside of Medina. Now you want to respect Fatima Zahra. Then what happened? ثم قال ولاة الأمر منهم هاتم, pay attention. ثم قال ولاة الأمر منهم هاتم من نساء المسلمين من ينبش هذه القبور حتى نجدها فنصلي عليها ونزور قبرها. Tell the women of Medina to come. We will carry their shovels to dig the grave of Fatima. Tell the women to come to recognize which body is the body of Fatima. To exhume the grave, to find the body of Fatima. Why? نصلي عليها. To pray on Fatima's body, and ونزور قبرها, to visit her grave. Allahu Akbar. Then what happened? فبلغ ذلك أمير المؤمنين. When Amir al-Mu'mineen heard that they want to dig the graves of Medina, فخرج مغضبا. He became really angry. قد احمرت عيناه ودرت أوداجه وعليه قباء الأصفر الذي كان يلبسه في كل كريهة وهو متكئ على سيفه ذو الفقار. Amir al-Mu'mineen wore her yellow dress that he was wearing in battlefield. He was very angry while he was leaning on his sword Dhul Faqar. He went to Baqiyah. Then he told people, "Oh people, if you remove one soil of the graves of Baqi, I will kill you all." Then what happened? فَتَلَقَّاهُ عُمَرٌ. Then Umar came to Ali. فَتَلَقَّاهُ عُمَرْ وَمَنْ مَعَهُ مِنْ أَصْحَابِهِ وقال له ما لك يا أبا الحسن. Who are you, Ya Ali Hassan? Who are you, Ya Ali, to say that I will kill you all? You know, ما لك يا أبا الحسن in Arabic, it's an insult. You say in English, none of your business, right? He said, Ya Ali, none of your business. Who are you to tell us should we do that or we shouldn't do that? No, we are the leaders of Islam. No, the Khalifa to Rasulullah, he is with us. And we want to dig the grave of Fatima. And then look what he said. وَاللَّهِ لَنَنْبِشَنَّ قَبْرَهَا. Wallah, we will exhume her grave. We will dig his grave. وَلَنُصَلِّيَنَّ عَلَيْهَا. And we will pray on her body. Then what did Amir al-Mu'minin say? فَضَرَبَ عَلِيٌّ بِيَدِهِ عَلَى جَوَامِعِ ثَوْبِهِ. Then Amir al-Mu'minin grabbed the dress, the clothes of Umar, and threw him to the ground. And he put his foot on his chest. Then Mawla said, فَقَالَ لَهُ أَمَّا حَقِّي فَقَدْ تَرَكْتُهُ مَخَافَةَ أَنْ يَرْتَدَّ النَّاسَ عَنْ دِينِهِمْ. My right, my wilaya, I was quiet about that. Because I didn't want people to be disunited. وَأَمَّا قَبْرُ فَاطِمَةَ. But the grave of Fatima. فَوَالَّذِي نَفْسِي بِيَدِهِ. I swear to the one who my life is in his hand. يعني Allah. لَإِنْ رُمْتَ وَأَصْحَابُكَ شَيْئًا مِنْ ذَلِكَ. If you remove one soil from the graves of Baqiyah, لَأَسْقِيَنَّ الْأَرْضَ مِنْ دِمَائِكُمْ. I will quench the land of Medina with your blood. I will give the land of Medina from your blood. Then, look what happened. When Amir al-Mu'minin threatened Umar, now other people, they should come to tell, Ya Ali, we are so sorry. Ya Ali, Umar did a bad action. Ya Ali, we are so sorry for our action. No. Then Abu Bakr came. فتلقاه أبو بكر فقال يا أبا الحسن بحق رسول الله وبحق من فوق إلا خليت له. Ya Ali, I swear you in Allah, Rasulullah, please leave Umar. They didn't say, Ya Ali, we are sorry for our action, for our evil intention. No! They meant that when they come to dig the grave of Fatima to Zahra. And they were not sorry for that. They said, Ya Ali, leave him alone. We will go and we will not come back to the grave of Fatima. Yes. They had that audacity to go to the grave of Fatima. To exhume the grave of the only daughter of Rasulullah. That's why she mentioned in her wasiyah, Ya Ali, make my grave to be hidden. Because I don't want people to insult even my body in my grave. I have more reasons for that, but I finished my time. Let me tell you a story, then I will go to Masal. Ummuna Zahra, our mother Fatima. I have heard this story from many trustworthy reciters in Iran. That there was a reciter in Mashhad. He was invited in a house of some people, a man, a very rich man, a very rich businessman, to recite for him during the month of Muharram for Azaa Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam for 3 days. He said, when that person invited me, he told me, look, I have 3 nights majlis. All 3 nights recite Musibah to Fatima al-Zahra. I said, okay, that's fine. Even it's Muharram, maybe he has some certain intention, some special intention. I will recite for Fatima al-Zahra. He said, for 3 nights, I recited Musibah to Fatima al-Zahra. 4th night, day after their majalis, he invited me and the reciter, the maddah, the qari, the poets, everyone to come in his. If you can, close the door, Hajji. صلوا على محمد وآل محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
He said 4th day he invited all people, those who serve, those who help. He said I was sitting next to him. I had this question during Muharram. Why did he ask me to recite 3 nights for Fatima to Zahra? He said when we were alone, I told him that, look, I have a quick question. If you don't mind, answer me. I said, okay, what's your question? He said, during the month of Muharram, you did majlis and you asked me to recite for Fatima to Zahra. What's the reason? He said, actually, I was not Shia. I was Sunni and I was Hanbali. I had some Shia friends, but I was not Shia, I was Hanbali. When I was married, we had a problem, me and my wife. We couldn't have child. After years that we visited doctors, and Allah blessed us with a beautiful daughter. And we named her with the name of the wife of Rasulullah, Aisha. He said, Aisha was my everything. Those who have daughters, they understand what I mean. Aisha was my everything. When she was 5 years old, when she was able to talk, to say father, to say mother, she was my whole life. When I was going out of time, I would call my wife to see her face every day. She was my everything. When she was 5 or 6 years old, one day I was outside of the house. My wife called me. When I answered, she was crying. I told her, "What's happened? Why are you crying?" She said, "If you want to see your daughter for the last time, come to the house." Surprised, what happened? He said, "I rushed to the house. When I entered the house, I saw my wife is carrying my daughter. She was crying, and Aisha's face was blue. She was not moving, she was not crying. When I asked my wife what's the reason, what happened, she said she was playing with her toys and she swallowed one. She swallowed a small toy or maybe a coin. I don't know. When I entered the room, I saw she's not moving, she can't breathe, she can't say anything. And she's going to die. Do something." He said, "I took my daughter, I rushed to hospital. When I entered the hospital, when they see my situation, when they see my daughter, they took her in a special room. I was crying in Mashhad. I was crying, I don't know what to do." He said, after a while, doctor came, told me, "Look, it's been a long time since this coin is in her throat. We can help your daughter. She needs a surgery, but we will do surgery, but if she's healthy after that, she will be speechless. She will be unable to speak, unable to talk. Or if you want, we can leave her like that to die. Which one do you want?" 2 options. Your daughter while she's dead, or while she's speechless. He said, "I want my daughter, even though if she's speechless, even though if she's not able to talk, I need my daughter." He said, when the doctor left, I sat on the stairs of hospital crying. I said, "Ya Rasulullah, I heard from my Shia friends that you had a daughter named Fatima. Ya Rasulullah, I have only one daughter, Aisha. Ya Rasulullah, my Shia friends told me that my khulafa, my leaders, they oppressed your daughter. They slapped your daughter. They broke her ribs, they broke her bones. Ya Rasulullah, if they are true, show me a miracle. Tell your daughter Fatima to cure my daughter. Show me a miracle. Ya Rasulullah, Wallah, I will be Shia. My wife, she will be Shia. And my daughter will be Shia. And I will change her name to Fatima. Ya Rasulullah, show me a miracle. Ya Fatima, if it happened, show me a miracle." He said, while I was begging Rasulullah, doing tawassul to Rasulullah, my daughter, who was not able to cry, to say anything, he said, I heard my daughter in the room, she started crying. Surprised. Alhamdulillah, maybe they did surgery. I went to the room, I saw my daughter was sitting, she was crying and she was slapping her face. I told her, "Baba, don't cry. Alhamdulillah, now you're good. The toy or the coin, now it's out of your throat. Alhamdulillah, you are good. Don't cry. Why are you crying? Why are you slapping your face? It's fine, Baba, don't cry." She said, "Baba, what did you do? I want to tell you what happened to me. And I have an answer. Please answer my question. Baba, what happened? What happened to you, Baba?" She said, "Baba, when the doctors left the room, I saw a lady enter the room with a broken back. She was like an old lady. When she entered the room, she came to me and she said, 'My daughter, what's your name? Say something.' I pointed that I can't talk. There is something in my throat. I'm not able to say anything. She told me, 'I am telling you. Tell me, what's your name?' I told her that I can't. Then the daughter, Aisha said, then she wiped her hand on my throat. Then the coin came out of my throat. Then I was able to breathe. if you want, turn up the lights. Then she said, Baba, I asked her a question, and I wished I wouldn't ask her such question. Baba, what did you ask for? What did you ask that lady? I said, Baba, I told her, oh beautiful lady, what's your name? She told me, my name is Fatima. Then I told her, oh Fatima, oh generous lady, there is no one in the room. She was wearing veil, abaya and veil. I told her, oh beautiful Fatima, can I see your face? Baba, I wished I wouldn't ask her this question. Why, Baba? What happened? What did you see? Baba, when she removed her abaya, her veil, I saw under her eyes are black and swollen. Just like someone slapped her on her face, Baba. Then I asked her, oh beautiful lady, oh generous lady, what happened to your face? That beautiful lady Fatima told me that ask your father knows the answer. Baba, tell me, who slapped this beautiful lady Fatima? Who slapped Fatima to Zahra on her face? Baba, tell me. Tonight is the day of Shahdat Fatima Zahra. Now that you are shedding tears, let me take your heart to the house of Fatima Zahra, to the house of Amir al-Mu'mineen. The last day that Fatima, she's in the house. It has mentioned that same as today, Bibi Fatima told Fidda, Ya Fidda, come and help me. I wanna cook some bread, some fresh bread for Hassan and Hussein. And then she said, Ya Hassan, Ya Hussein, Mama, come, take a shower, let me change your clothes. And then she said, Ya Zainab, Mama, come, let me comb your hair. I don't know, Ya Hassan, Ya Hussein, did you feel that your mother is doing all of them with her broken arm? She's doing all of them with her broken ribs. When they left, Bibi Fatima told Fidda, Ya Fidda, I will go to my room, to my mihrab. I will pray over there. After an hour, come and call me. If I respond, that's fine. If I don't, know that I joined my father, Rasulullah. After 1 hour, Fidda, she went next to the door of the room of Fatima. She starts calling Sayyidati Fatima. Ya bint Rasulullah, Ya Sayyidat al-Nizam. There is no response. When Fidda entered the room, she saw the body of Fatima is towards Qibla. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Rahim Allah matlada ya Zahra. Fidda said, when I was crying next to the body of Fatima, I heard Hassan and Hussein, they came inside of the house. I rushed, I closed the door, I went to Hassan and Hussein, oh my beloved sons, what do you need? They said, we are hungry. Tell our mother Fatima, she cooked fresh bread, we want to eat something. Fidda said, I will give you the bread, but do not call your mother, she's sleeping in her room. They said, our mother Fatima, she doesn't sleep during this time of the day. Tell Fidda, tell us, where is our beloved mother Fatima? Ajarakum Allah. When they entered the room, when they saw Fatima's body in her mihrab, Imam al-Hassan, Imam al-Hussein, they hugged the body of Fatima. Hassan. Then Hassan and Hussein, they went towards the masjid to call their father Ali ibn Abi Talib. Mawla was praying in the masjid of Rasulullah. When they entered the mosque, they said, Ya Abba Ya Ali, laqad matat ummuna Fatima. Oh Father Ali, wallah, our mother Fatima died. And who is Ali ibn Abi Talib? He is Fatih Khaybar. He is Asadullah, the lion of Allah and the lion of Rasulullah. Historians mention the house of Ali was very close to Masjid Rasulullah. From the masjid to the house, Amir al-Mu'mineen fell to the ground 7 times. And all the time he was saying, Ya Fatima, Ya Fatima, Ya Fatima. When he entered the house, when he saw the body of Fatima to Zahra, Allahu Akbar, this word will burn the hearts of believers. What happened? When Amir al-Mu'mineen reached and saw the body of Fatima in her mihrab, فوضع خده على خدها وقال يا فاطمة أنا علي كلميني. Amir al-Mu'mineen put his cheek on her cheek and said, Ya Ali, Ya Fatima, this is Ali, talk to me. If you don't answer, wallah, I'm going to die. Call me one more time. Then Hassan, Hussein, they came, they did wada to their mother, but the wada of Zainab was very special, The oldest daughter of Fatima. She became to her mother. She addressed Fatima saying, يوم أنا زينب عد ما تخليني طفل بصغار سني منك تحرميني. Oh mother, this is your daughter Zainab, don't leave me alone. Amir al-Mu'mineen said, Ya Zahra, از اگر می توانی بمانی بمان. عزیزم تو خیلی جوانی. You still young, Ya Fatima. Don't leave us alone in Medina. إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون. وسيعلم الذين ظلموا أي منقلب ينقلبون. اللهم عجل لوليك الفرج. 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 صلوات. اللهم صل على محمد. Brother, if we have tabut, turn off the lights. After tabut, we will turn on the lights.
Somebody's bringing tabut.
I think we have tabut for ladies' side. So ladies, please, if you can go to the ladies' hall, you have tabut over there. We will recite inshallah some ash'ar. جزاكم الله خير. صلوا على محمد وآل محمد. It's a poem in Arabic, please. Our إخواني عراقيين إذا ممكن تقدموه حتى تدوني الجواب إن شاء الله. جزاكم الله ألف خير. هذا جزاء أمنا الزهراء. إذا ممكن تقدموه حتى تقرأ إن شاء الله لضمير فاطمة الزهراء. جزاكم الله ألف خير. شيع نعش الطاهرة المظلومة. شيع نعش الطاهرة المظلومة. داعة الله صيح يا مهضومة. داعة الله صيح ما شاء الله. شيع نعش الطاهرة المظلومة. شيع نعش الطاهرة المظلومة. وداعة الله صيحوا يا مهضومة وداعة الله صيحوا يا one more time شيع نعش الطاهرة المظلومة شيع نعش الطاهرة المظلومة ضاعت الله صيحوا يا مهضومة ضاعت الله صيحوا يا مهضومة هذا نعش اللي حمل أطهر جسم هذا نعش اللي حمل أطهر جسم هذا نعش اللي بيه ضلع المنهشم هذا نعش الجرعة أشكال الهضم ماتت بغصة قهر مقهورة شيع نعش الطاهرة المظلومة شيع نعش الطاهرة المظلومة ضاعت الله صيحوا يا مهضومة ضاعت الله صيحوا يا مهضومة هذا نعش الحمل روح المرتضى هذا نعش الحمل روح المرتضى هذا نعش البيه ضلوع مرضرضة هذا نعش البيه ضلوع مرضرضة هذا نعش ام الحسن يا رافضة هذا نعش ام الحسن يا رافضة عليه جفن الهادي تجري دموعه شيع نعش الطاهرة المظلومة شيع نعش الطاهرة المظلومة وداعت الله صيحوا يا مهضومة داعت الله صيحوا يا مهضومة بالله يا شيال نعش الطاهرة بالله يا شيال نعش الطاهرة على هونك بنت ثير على الثرى ترى ضلوع ام الحسين مكسرة ترى ضلوع ام الحسين مكسرة بيها نيران الحزن مظلومة شيع نعش الطاهرة المظلومة شيع نعش الطاهرة المظلومة ضاعت الله صيحوا يا مهضومة ضاعت الله صيحوا يا مهضومة. Let me translate this part. It's very difficult. Those who are carrying the body of Fatima to Zahra, they said, Balla ya Shayyal Na'sh al-Tahira. Or those who are carrying the body of Fatima to Zahra, Ala honak min kathir an salat. Take care when you want to put her body on the ground. Why? Her bones are broken. Take care when you want to put her body in her grave. فيها نيران الهضم مهضومة شيع نعش الطاهرة المظلومة شيع نعش الطاهرة المظلومة ضاعت الله صيحوا يا مهضومة ضاعت الله صيحوا يا مهضومة والصحيدر من ينزلها القبر والصحيدر من ينزلها القبر لا يوسدها على خد المنسطر لا يوسدها على خد المنسطر بيها لا ينشم ضلعها المنكسر بيده لا ينشم ضلعها المنكسر جروح فاطم علمة مرسومة شيع نعش الطاهرة المظلومة شيع نعش الطاهرة المظلومة ضاعت الله صيحوا يا مهضومة ضاعت الله صيحوا يا مهضومة حيدر بيا حالة للزهرة يصيد حيدر بيا حالة للزهرة يصيد دفن وياها الأماني باللحد شلون وحدة لدارها لمن يرد شلون وحدة لدارها لمن يرد مظلمة دار الغياب نجومها شيع نعش الطاهرة المظلومة شيع نعش الطاهرة المظلومة ضاعت الله صيحوا يا مهضومة ضاعت الله صيحوا يا مهضومة يا زهراء يا زهراء يا زهراء يا زهراء everyone together يا زهراء يا زهراء ما شاء الله يا زهراء يا زهراء يا زهراء يا
शिकस्ता है दो ऐसे जनाजे हैं तारीकी में जो उठे, बस घर के ही लोगों ने दोनों को दिए कांधे। एक फातिमा ज़हरा है, एक बाली सकीना है, पहलू भी शिकस्ता है, तुर्बत भी शिकस्ता है, पहलू भी शिकस्ता है, तुर्बत भी शिकस्ता है। मसमार तेरा रोजा उम्मत ने किया जब से, बाबा तेरा रहता है तुर्बत तेरी तब से। कब गुंबद खिजरा में बाबा तेरा रहता है, पहलू भी शिकस्ता है, तुर्बत भी शिकस्ता है, पहलू भी शिकस्ता है, तुर्बत भी शिकस्ता है। अज़मतों की माल का बाजार में, 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 अज़मतों की माल का बाजार में। हाय ज़ैनब बेरिदा बाजार में, अज़मतों की माल का बाजार में, अज़मतों की माल का बाजार में, अज़मतों की माल का बाजार में। शाम वालों ने सजाया शाम को, दावतें भेजी हजूम आम को, लाए फिर आले अबा बाजार में, अज़मतों की माल का 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 बाजार में। एक खुतबा आपने ऐसा पढ़ा, एक सहाबी पीट कर कहता रहा, आ गए क्या मुर्तज़ा बाजार में, अज़मतों की माल का बाजार में, अज़मतों की माल का बाजार में। हाय ज़ैनब बेरिदा बाजार में, अज़मतों की माल का बाजार में, अज़मतों की माल का बाजार में। सर के खून में तय है जिसकी अब जबी, दर हकीकत शामियों ज़ैनब नहीं, आ रही है फातिमा बाजार में, अज़मतों की माल का 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 बाजार में। सर के खून में तय है जिसकी अब जबी, दर हकीकत शामियों ज़ैनब नहीं, आ रही है फातिमा बाजार में, अज़मतों की माल का बाजार में, अज़मतों की माल का बाजार में। हाय ज़ैनब बेरिदा बाजार में, अज़मतों की माल का बाजार में, अजमतों की मालिका बाजार में, ऐ खुदा उसको बहुत तो कीर दे, दर्द अहले बैत की जागीर दे। जिसने ये नोहा सुना बाजार में, अजमतों की मालिका बाजार में, अजमतों की मालिका बाजार में। हाय ज़ैनब बेरिदा बाजार में, अजमतों की मालिका बाजार में, अजमतों की मालिका बाजार। या हुसैन 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 या हुसैन।
या ज़हरा या ज़हरा अल्लाहुम्मा सल्ली अला मुहम्मद।
على محمد وآل محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
زيارة الزهراء عليه السلام. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. السلام عليك يا بنت رسول الله، السلام عليك يا بنت نبي الله، السلام عليك يا بنت حبيب الله، السلام عليك يا بنت خليل الله، السلام عليك يا بنت صفي الله، السلام عليك يا بنت أمين الله، السلام عليك يا بنت خير خلق الله، السلام عليك يا بنت أفضل أنبياء الله ورسله وملائكته، السلام عليك يا بنت خير البرية، السلام عليك يا سيدتي نساء العالمين من الأولين والآخرين، السلام عليك يا زوجة ولي الله وخير الخلق بعد رسول الله، السلام عليك يا أم الحسن والحسين سيدي شباب أهل الجنة، السلام عليك أيتها الصديقة الشهيدة، السلام عليك أيتها الرضية المرضية، السلام عليك أيتها الفاضلة الزكية، السلام عليك أيتها الحوراء الإنسية، السلام عليك أيتها التقية النقية، السلام عليك أيتها المحدثة العليمة، السلام عليك أيتها المظلومة المغصوبة، السلام عليك أيتها المضطهدة المقهورة، السلام عليك يا فاطمة بنت رسول الله ورحمة الله وبركاته، صلى الله عليك وعلى روحك وبدنك، أشهد أنك مضيت على بينة من ربك، وأن من سرك فقد سر رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله، ومن جفاك فقد جفا رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله، ومن آذاك فقد آذى رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله، ومن وصلك فقد وصل رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله، ومن قطعك فقد قطع رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله، لأنك بضعة منه وروحه التي بين جنبيه. أشهد الله ورسله وملائكته أني راض عمن رضيت عنه، ساخط على من سخطت عليه، متبرئ ممن تبرأت منه، موال لمن واليت، معاد لمن عاديت، مبغض لمن أبغضت، ومحب لمن أحببت، وكفى بالله شهيدا وحسيبا، وجازيا ومثيبا. وصلى الله على محمد وأهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
Please recite 5 times this ayah sharif for Shafa al-Marda, Qada al-Hawaj and Faraj of Imam al-Mahdi Ajalallah Ta'ala Faraj al-Sharif. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. أَمَّن يُجِيبُ الْمُضْطَرَّ إِذَا دَعَاهُ وَيَكْشِفُ السُّوءَ. 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 صلوات. اللهم صل على محمد. دعاء الفرج. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم كن لوليك الحجة ابن الحسن صلواتك عليه وعلى آبائه في هذه الساعة وفي كل ساعة وليا وحافظا وقائدا وناصرا ودليلا وعينا حتى تسكنه أرضك طوعا وتمتعه فيها طيبا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى أرواح المؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات على الخصوص أموات جماعة الحاضرين, especially for the family brother who sponsored tonight's food and the program. Please recite Surah Fatiha for the marhumin after a loud salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
نعرة تكبير.
الله أكبر.
نعرة الصلاة.
يا رسول الله